Some intermittent rain at Dick's Sporting Goods Park over the last few hours, and look at the gorgeous rainbow over the stadium in Commerce City, Colorado. Red Bulls and Rapids on this Independence Day holiday. Let's take a look at the starting 11 put out by Hans Backe. He'll go with a lone striker up top. We'll get into the reasons for that as we move along early in the match. Juan Pablo Angel will get some support from Joel Lindper. Also for New York, Tony Tchani earning a start in the center of the midfield. 4 in the back, Tim Ream anchors that. Meanwhile, the Colorado Rapids, Connor Casey up top. This is an offensively dangerous team, even though they play typically with one striker. There's Omar Cummings, Mehdi Bellucci, the man from Casablanca. Also Jamie Smith, the Scottish midfielder, flanked left, and strong defensive midfielders like two-time World Cup veteran Pablo Mastroianni paired with Jeff Laurentowicz. The weather is 65 degrees. These teams are welcoming the change. They each played in 90-degree temperatures in victories last week. Humidity 82%, and thunderstorms are in the forecast tonight, although right now, as we get set for the opening kickoff, no precipitation. We'll see whether or not the weather impacts tonight's game over the next few hours. With Shep Messing, I'm Steve Cangelosi. Red Bulls going for a 4th consecutive win. And this change in the lineup, Shep Messing. One striker up top, Juan Pablo Angel. This after Salou Ibrahim scored last week. Why did they mix this up?
Well, Hans Backe, a very sophisticated coach, and he pointed it out during the week. Even though it's a different tactical alignment, that doesn't mean he wants the guys to sit back deep in their own end to defend. He's being smart against a very good Colorado team.
And the man the Red Bulls made #1 pick in the overall draft back in 2006, Marvell Wynn, helps Colorado kick it along the back line, and Danny Earls plays this back. Drew Moore and Scott Palguda are the central defenders, and we're underway in Colorado. Jeff Laurentowicz plays this into the attacking area, kept alive by Smith. There's Mehdi Bellucci, who gets it back to Jamie Smith. First of 2 regular season meetings between the teams, although New York did score a victory in a U.S. Open Cup play-in match back on the 26th of May against Colorado. Ream plays this forward. Angel with his first touch. Back to Danley Borman. Ubi Parapovic, and just as the opening kick takes place, some very light rain beginning to fall, as you might hear very faintly on the microphones. Given away by Albright. The dangerous Connor Casey had it knocked away by Ream. Bellucci for Danny Earls. Tries to make a move. Tchani and Albright are there to defend. It's a free kick coming up for Colorado. The all-time series, the Rapids lead 15-13-3. Last New York win in Colorado, you go back to 2007 as we see the rain pick up around the referee, Baldomero Toledo.
Well, we talked about the altitude, the previous 2 games that Red Bull has had in Colorado, not kind to them. And the key to the game, Steve, and the players know it, Hans Backe knows it, you've got to be good the first 15-20 minutes. Can't allow that early goal.
Just what the Rapids want. This is Smith bracing for the free kick. Bad starts in Colorado have become synonymous with the Red Bulls playing, whether it's in this stadium or in Vesco Field before the Rapids move to the soccer-specific home. Jamie Smith lofts one into the area, headed away by Seth Stamler. Back for Marvell Wynn, plays it up top. Omar Cummings played it forward, and it goes to the one-time Rapid Bouna Koundoul. Out of action for New York. That list includes Matt Kanji and Carl Robinson, although each are making progress. Kanji is possible for a game later this month. They're targeting that July 17th match against Columbus. Mastroianni plays it ahead. Smith for Colorado.
We talk about when you play at high altitude, you never want to give away an early goal in a game, but at high altitude, it compounds the problem because then you have to chase the game, and fatigue sets in after 30 minutes. So very important for Red Bull to stay organized, not allow anything early in this game.
You talked about a good start. It is no coincidence Red Bulls have lost 4-0 each of their last 2 trips to this stadium. And players say just surviving the early portion of the match is so key. Cummings plays it into the box, and Bouna Koundoul is there.
Good, safe, clean hands by Koundoul. That ball whipped in. Bona picks it out of the air, takes his time, and then distributes to Tim Reams.
Just to get back to the loss last year, Jacob Peterson, now with Toronto, scored in the 5th minute, and this is a difficult place to chase the game, as the Red Bulls know from their last few visits. Stamler in the midfield for New York. Joel Lindper lays it out wide. Ubi Parapovic for New York. Saniso working on Marvell Wynn. Ubi Parapovic tries to cut it back. Good defending by Wynn, who took it away.
We looked at that tactical formation by Hans Backe, and one of the things I like was the ability to push Lindper high on the field to support Angel. And Hans Backe has been able to do that because of the play of Tony Tchani. So the ability to put Tchani deep in the midfield with Stamler gives him the luxury to push Lindper higher on the field.
They'll also need support from the man who just touched the ball on that last play. Dane Richards back in the lineup after missing the last 2 with a hamstring injury. Here is Lindper, taken away by the Rapids, and right back by the Estonian midfielder Lindper. New York will have it. Lindper, a solid pickup for this Red Bull team. He's played well. A goal and 3 assists in his first year with the club. And on the ball now. Lindper, his cross. Matt Pickens handles the ball for the first time. The goalkeeper who's played every minute for Colorado this year. They have injury problems of their own. Most notably Julien Baudet, the French defender, out of the action with a hamstring injury.
Now, one of the reasons I like Lindper pushed up higher on the field is because one of the voids in this team has been a real central playmaker. Lindper is not that by nature, but he's got the ability to do that.
Laurentowicz, the longtime New England Revolution midfielder, plays it back. And a cross for Danny Earl. Toms Rivers, Scott Palguda, across to Drew Moore. Mastroianni into the attacking area, gets it back. Floats one in the direction of Connor Casey. There's Carlos Mendez earning another start, sticking close to big number 9.
And Mendez has done a great job. Filled in and has taken the place of Mike Petke as that pairing in the central part of the defense with Tim Ream.
A quick look there at Kosuke Kamura-Shep, excuse me. He's back from injury, suffered a broken leg, or rather a broken ankle, and is available for duty tonight for the first time in a long time.
And those guys in the central part of the defense, Ream and Mendez, will have to obviously keep an eye on Connor Casey and Omar Cummings. What a good tandem Colorado has up front with those two. One is big and physical and strong, and Cummings has the speed to play off Connor Casey.
Casey for Cummings. Stripped away nicely by Ream, and that sends Stamler and the Red Bulls on their way. Angel for Lindper. Joel Lindper able to turn around and face goal. Plays it out wide. Ubi Parapovic once again. Floats one into the box over the head of Dane Richards and swatted away by Colorado. New York will have it. The captain Angel, in the midst of a solid season. 8 goals coming into tonight, and on fire with 4 in his last 4 matches. Kept alive by Ubi Parapovic. Omar Cummings trying to fight off Danley Borman, and he does. The Jamaican midfielder floats it across. Gets by everybody, and New York will have it. Well, 4th of July, it means very different things to each of these teams. The Red Bulls on this Independence Day holiday, 1-8-1. Only win came back in 2001 against what was then the Tampa Bay Mutiny. 0-3-0 in Colorado, outscored 7-1 in that stretch, but Colorado loves this day on the calendar. 11-2-1, and MLS has given them the home game on Independence Day every year since the league's inception in 1996. Mastroianni comes down to Ubi Parapovic, but played back by Marvell Wynn. Moore feels some pressure and plays it back to Matt Pickens. Laurentowicz in this 9th minute of the match. Mastroianni. sends it across to Laurentowicz. Trying to go way up top for Medi Bellucci, but knocked away. Seth Stamler operating in the midfield again for New York. His partner in the central midfield is Tony Tchani. Back for Albright. Tchani looking for Angel, but broken up. Getting a bit chippy as each team looks to create the first big chance of the match. Laurentowicz out wide. Smith can't control. Is this the rain or something more than that?
Yeah, it's a good start for Red Bull, and I think it's a combination of the rain and there's a pretty heavy wind in the stadium right now, so both teams having a little bit of difficulty, but that bodes well for New York. They don't want Colorado to be able to get into a rhythm and a flow.
Toledo calls the foul against New York. Here's Smith moving forward, trying to get it out wide for Earls. Knocked away, and that's Dane Richards, who just does the safe thing and plays it out. Another ball on the field. It'll restart for Baldomero Toledo. The wind, we're told, is blowing towards Buna Kundul in this first half. Stamler. Lindper trying to link up with Dane Richards. Couldn't do it. Palguda for Laurentowicz.
One of the strengths of this Colorado team, I think, is Laurentowicz and Mastroianni sweeping in front of the back four. So I think if you're New York, you've got to use Dane Richards' speed out wide to the right. Pull those players out of position. They're going to be very tough to penetrate centrally.
Gave up 2 goals last week against the Houston Dynamo in a draw. Hey, your Red Bulls are in first place entering the weekend, or at least until Columbus won its match yesterday. The DP window's approaching, rumors flying around. Will you be there? Don't waste another minute. Get your tickets now. For pricing, locations, and more, visit NewYorkRedBulls.com or call 1-877-RB-SOCCER. No real tangible update on the Thierry Henry story over the last week. The MLS transfer window comes your way on July 15th. Expect things to start heating up sometime in the next week, but very little news internationally over the last week as the World Cup now begins the phase of the Final Four. Talk about that coming up at halftime as Mastroianni plays this back. Bellucci backs one off Lindper. Live ball played ahead by Palguda. Mendez gives a knock to Casey. No foul. Red Bulls take it away. In the midfield, Stamler. Strong challenge and taken away. Marvell Wynn and company moving forward. This is Cummings on the ball for Colorado. A slew of white jerseys break that up.
That's a good job of defending by New York. They're buzzing around the ball. They're closing down the passing angles.
Smith, good ball. Danny Earls overlapping. Able to cross. Played into the box. Loose at the top of the box, but deflected away. Trying to save this is Borman. He won't get there. It's our first corner of the match.
It was a good overlapping run by Danny Earls. Put the service in from the left flank. You can see that rain teeming down.
Hoping there's no interruption tonight. Some thunderstorms are in the forecast too, but in this 13th minute, the first corner, and Jamie Smith, 29-year-old from Scotland, over to take it. Played high into the box. Tchani and Cummings up to challenge for that. Cummings grabbed by Buna.
Well, Cummings showed his athleticism. That corner was played over to the far post, headed up in the air. Cummings with a little bit of an acrobatic flip, but Buna Kundul picked it out of the air.
First good chance of the match. Red Bulls back home. It's their only home game if you stretch it all the way back in a span of over a month when they take on DC United. We'll be live at Red Bull Arena 6 nights from now as they take on their bitter rival in the Eastern Conference, Tim Ream. Trying to keep the winning streak alive. Played back Buna feels some pressure from Casey. Marvell win. Laurentowicz. Now Borman trying to win possession for New York. It's played ahead from Mehdi Bellucci. Bellucci's burned the Red Bulls on numerous occasions in the past. Penalty kicks and goals in the run of play. But this is Dane Richards for New York. Plays it ahead, Lindper. Angel. Return pass from Ubi Parapovic, off the mark and taken by Colorado. 14 minutes old. We're scoreless, which is probably what the Red Bulls designed when they drew this lineup. But look out, counter Casey with Cummings going for goal. Omar Cummings, goal! Oh, what a finish! Colorado on top, 1-0.
Go back, Steve, to the play before the play that gives away the goal. And Ubi Parapovic had the ball deep on the left side in Colorado territory. Red Bulls had playered forward. He gave the ball away, and it was really a counterattack. Connor Casey, wide right, plays the perfect angular ball. Chris Albright saw Cummings making the run. He knew where he was, but he couldn't stop it. That's a great finish by Colorado. Poor play by New York.
And just as I finished the sentence about how they'd be content with a scoreless game for a good portion of the first half, well, that's up in smoke. Last time around, they trailed in the 5th minute. Their last visit to Colorado. This time, it's the go-ahead goal in the 15th for Cummings, his 4th, and the Red Bulls now play from behind. A bigger issue here at this stadium than most because of altitude.
We talked about the problems when you give away an early goal, and here's the play. Red Bulls have it. Ubi Parapovic gives that ball away, and now Red Bulls out of position, and that started the attack. Connor Casey comes into an onside position, and they're away. That's the perfect angular ball. Chris Albright had just glanced to his left. He knew Cummings was making the run. Pretty acute angle. You'd like to see Bunakondul come out a little more aggressively. Those are the kind of mistakes you get punished with.
Did not notice until that play. Cummings and Smith switched sides as well. Smith started the play on one end. Cummings finished it on the left. Red Bulls came into this game posting back-to-back shutouts. And that streak by the wayside here tonight. Mastroeni, World Cup veteran in 2002 and 2006. He took a bad knock in a collision with Brian Ching last week. Wound up playing the entire game, a 2-2 draw against Houston. 5 goals in the last 3 games for Colorado. They've picked up the pace. 3 in the 5 games before that.
Well, the other thing that New York did on this play is the back line was not in unison. They could have played Connor Casey offside if the communication was better, but Tim Ream was the lone defender that stepped back, putting Connor Casey in an onside position. It's always a gamble when you play the offside trap, but multiple mistakes on that goal. It started by giving the ball away when New York had possession.
Well, if you're Hans Backe at this point, no reason to stray away from what you came here to do this early, is there?
No, absolutely not.
Floated into the box by Danny Earls. Buna slapped it down. This is a live ball to the foot of Jamie Smith. Smith trying to bust through. Got it to the top of the box. One-timer by Mastroeni. Nowhere close, and New York will have it. Or was it deflected?
I talked about the strength of Colorado, and I think Pablo Mastroeni and Laurentowicz as a pair in the midfield behind the back four are as good as any in Major League Soccer.
Indeed, it was deflected off New York. Corner by Smith. This time it's off Colorado, and New York will take it. Winning on the road, so key. And the Red Bulls have done that this year. Our Geico quote book is the coach Hans Baca. We go into another stadium, they have to fear us. We have to go there and show with our body language, our possession game, our attacking game, we can tackle 10% more, run 10% more, and show that. 3 road wins already for his team coming into tonight. Connor Casey had it knocked away.
That's why, to your question, Steve, as to tactics, is it too early to change it? Of course you don't change, but it is just what Hans Baca said. It's how you play the system. You've got to attack the game. Even if you're in a different formation, you can't sit back. You've got to be aggressive defending and then get into an attack mode. Make Colorado have to get back on their heels and defend. So far, Red Bulls haven't done that.
Salou Ibrahim on the bench. Laurentowicz for the speedy Cummings, tried to play it across. Deflected away and taken away by New York. Richards sent on his way. Gives it up, and Danny Earls.
That's what I'd like to see more of, though. You saw as soon as Dane Richards had the ball, Mastroeni had to come over to mark him. If Dane Richards can stay wide in the field and draw Mastroeni out, then he could try and play the ball into the central part of the field and find Lempereur and Angel.
How does Richards look to you, okay?
Okay is the operative word. Nothing special. He looks healthy, but if he's healthy enough to be in the starting 11, he's got to attack the game.
Ball deflected away. This time it goes to Colorado. New York Red Bulls are hosting 7 residential camps this coming summer for advanced level players ages 9 to 16 years of age. These unique residential experiences hosted throughout the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut areas provide competitive players and teams the opportunity to take part in the ultimate soccer youth experience. For more information and to register, visit redbullsacademy.com or call 1-888-370-7287. Spaces are limited at each location, so hurry. 21st minute, 1-0 Colorado. Dane Richards up top. Ubi Parapovic played it across, but it never got to Angel. New York looks a bit disjointed to start the match offensively anyway.
Yeah, they really have to string together some passes and keep the ball. That was another giveaway by Ubi Parapovic. Dane Richards played a good little ball into him with a left foot. Parapovic gave the square pass away. When you give a pass away like that as your team is coming forward, you're really in trouble defensively.
Here's Mastroeni. 9th year with the Rapids, 13th in MLS. On the ball again, played across to Bellucci. Johnny went for the intercept, nearly got it, but it's Palguda across to Drew Moore. Laurentowicz trying to hook up with Casey. Fighting for the ball is Seth Standler. It's a foul against Connor Casey. He's the team leader with 6 goals this year. MLS best 11 last year. It is widely believed that the United States would bring one of those true target strikers to the World Cup. Either Casey or maybe Brian Ching in Houston. U.S. opted not to go in that direction, to the surprise of many. Standler across Albright. Richards, 2 Rapids to contend with, now gets it back. In the midfield, Chani floats one ahead, deflects off Ubi Parapovic, and here's Matt Pickens. On MSG.com, Ask the Announcers is available at MSG.com/Red Bull. Shep and I want to hear from you. Look for our response on the web or on an upcoming New York Red Bulls telecast here on MSG. This is the 14th game of a 30-match regular season. Red Bulls with a win tonight would pull even with Columbus again atop the Eastern Conference. Gary Smith's 2nd year as a head coach of the Rapids, took over as the interim coach in 2008. Collision at midfield involving Ubi Parapovic and Drew Moore, who looked shaken up.
That was a heavy collision on a 50-50 ball. There's Ubi Parapovic attacking it. And Drew Moore coming in, getting the worst of the collision.
Moore, an important player, as I said. He's the anchor of the four in the back. Handful of caps of his own for the United States national team. He's played every minute this year. And we're back with Palguda for Laurentowicz.
Steve, so far in the game, in terms of attacking the ball, Red Bulls have Limper and Angel up front, but Ubi Parapovic and Dane Richards have to be a big part of the attack. They haven't done that yet.
You talked about the promise that Colorado has defensively in its midfield, which makes that somewhat difficult, but a long way to go in this 25th minute. Albright looking for Richards. Can't link up. Medi Bellucci. Casey trying to collect that. Danley Borman with a challenge, but Laurentowicz. Flag stays down. On the attack once again. Medi Bellucci, it's a gimme, and it's 2-0 Colorado. And a nightmarish start for New York.
Well, we talk about mistakes. Let's see if that goal is good or not. Looks like Baldomero Toledo, referee's assistant at the far side, kept the flag down, but I think Bellucci was in an offside position when that ball was played.
Cummings looked over initially, no flag. And now the clarification we get, the collision between Borman and Connor Casey. It was a foul against Connor Casey, which nullified everything that happened from that point. Big break for New York. Casey up for that, but it goes to Bunakundul.
Yeah, that is a big break for New York. I actually thought on that first look there wasn't a foul.
Richards able to track this down. Dean Richards at the edge of the box. Pounded by Marvell Wynn. Still on the ball and gets it back. Seth Stamler stepping up from distance. Goes wide of Matt Pickens and his goal.
Well, we've seen Stamler's ability to shoot from long range, so why not? He had some time and space, took a crack. Ball deflected out, so Red Bull will get the corner. But they do have a break in a second life, Steve. Limper will whip it in, the in-swinger with the left foot.
Now to make it count. 27th minute. Now the signal from the referee. Lofted in front. Tim Ream will track this down. Plays it back for New York. Danley Borman lofts it towards goal, looking for Albright. Floats one softly, but Pickens is there. He had Angel lurking, couldn't get it to him.
A good little opportunity. Albright really got to the ball at the far post, but was trying to head it back across the face of the goal where Angel was waiting. Instead, right into the hands of Matt Pickens.
You almost, if you're a Red Bulls fan, just want to see this team get to the half right now. Have nothing else catastrophic take place and feel you're lucky to be down a goal.
Yeah, absolutely right, Steve. Just stay in the game. Give yourself a chance to get the equalizer and win it later. But right now they have to stay in the game.
Here's Cummings again, and look at the space Colorado has. Marvell Wynn. That pass behind Casey, taken by Johnny in tight space. Got to do something with it, and now the Virginia man plays it forward, and the Red Bulls come out. Albright. Limper. Nice possession as he got it back from Dane Richards. Stamler. Chris Albright. Seth Stamler, a staple once again in the midfield. He started 25 or more games each of the last 4 years, and he's on pace to do that again. We didn't think that would be the case earlier this year with the additions that were made. Ream for Richards. Not ready to track that down, and a goal kick for Colorado. Hans Baca on this cool Rocky Mountain night, donning the sweat jacket. His captain was lights out in the second half of the game against Kansas City last week. Cummings. Again, a live ball down that right side, broken up by Ream. Red Bulls try to keep it alive. They cannot. A corner again for Colorado.
Colorado doing a great job using the width of the field, and time again they're attacking out wide to the right. Danley Borman's side of the field. That time, Connor Casey made a good inside near post run. If Tim Ream doesn't knock that away, that's big trouble for New York.
And Cummings switched to that right side again. Here's the corner. Balucci off the chest. One-timer in traffic by Palguda, but it's over the crossbar. A third of the way through, Colorado's been the better team. They're used to that on the 4th of July. They actually did lose the Independence Day game last year. That was against Chicago by the score of 2-1, but that's only the second time that's ever happened. Casey nearly brought it down for an oncoming Balucci, but taken away. Chani back the other way for New York. Chani battling with Mastroianni, able to take it back. Danny Earls clears it away.
Yeah, that's just too many touches of the ball by Tony Chani. You've got to play quicker than that. At this level, he's going to be closed down. A second defender came onto him and took the ball away.
Juan Pablo Angel again stripped away. This is a good defensive performance for the most part so far by Colorado.
You're playing against a good team, Steve, in their home venue. You've got to make good runs into space, and you've got to play the ball quickly.
Balucci back for Laurentowicz. Casey able to bring this down, avoids the challenge by Chani. Connor Casey moving forward, plays it to Balucci, tries to turn around on Carlos Mendez, taken away. New York on a counter, develops slowly for Tony Chani. Floats one ahead. Richards on a run, but it goes to Matt Pickens. Richards motioning to his teammate, keep it on the ground. Independence Day in Commerce City, Colorado. It's a sellout crowd here tonight on the holiday.
Well, it's an absolutely beautiful field playing surface. And obviously the great crowd and Colorado playing well. So the onus on New York, they have to knock them off their stride. They haven't done it yet.
Mastroianni won that ball from Juan Pablo Angel, taken away. Laurentowicz out wide. Wynn looking for Cummings. Broken up by Borman. Quickly in, Smith. Ball goes to Laurentowicz. Plays it into the box. There's Buna out to take command, and he knocks it away to Tony Chani. Quickly on a counter, Dane Richards for New York. He's got Angel on the left. Now Angel crossing it up. Ball for Juan Pablo Angel. No flag. His chance. And Pickens got there to snuff it out.
The best goal-scoring opportunity of the first half for Red Bull. Started with a punch by Buna Kundul, and then Dane Richards played a perfect pass into space for Angel. Colorado complaining he was offside, but the flag stayed down.
Another corner for New York. Connor Casey has gone largely to Mendez. Ball deflected away. That's Drew Moore who got up. It's another corner from New York. This time it'll be Ubi Parapovic from the opposite side.
That's the run. It's a good call by the referee's assistant. Angel timed the run perfectly, and Dane Richards delivered the pass.
Few players in the league better at chipping the ball. Here's Angel with a goal! Off the ensuing corner kick, the captain has tied it, and it's 1-1.
Well, that's the man that you want to get the ball to in the penalty area. He took control, pounded it past Matt Pickens. That's the in-swinging corner kick by Ubi Parapovic, and look at the first touch by Angel. That's a perfect first touch with the inside of the right foot. Anything less than that, and he doesn't get the opportunity to shoot. And once it fell to his right foot, he absolutely buries it. That is perfect technical skill. That's what Hans Backe always talked about with Angel. He's not going to beat you on the dribble, but very few players have his skill.
That changes the complexion of everything for Juan Pablo Angel. That's his 9th goal of the year. He's now tied with Edson Buttle for the league lead. Dwayne De Rosario won back. Buttle returns from the World Cup. He'll be in action later tonight for the LA Galaxy. They're giving the assist to Ubi Parapovic, obviously off the corner kick, and we're tied.
Well, we always talk about technical skill on the ball, Stephen. It's the ability to make the ball do what you want it to do. The wind, the rain, that swerving corner kick with the right foot by Ubi Parapovic, and Angel with the perfect touch takes it with the inside of his right foot, puts it right in front of him, and then blasts it, roofs it. That's a great goal.
With all that said, that was the first real defensive lapse by Colorado. He was not marked well at all.
Absolutely, and if you're Colorado, what in the world are you doing? Angel is the guy you've got to mark on set pieces, but good break for New York. That Colorado's second goal was not allowed, and now they're back in the game.
Laurentowicz. This is the fight from New York that just wasn't there. A year ago, they'd give a goal up on the road. It would deflate everything. Momentum was something so hard for them to recapture after they trailed in any road match. But again, it's a tangible difference between this year and last year. It's night and day. Omar Cummings, Juan Pablo Angel have exchanged goals, and that's where we are now in the 36th minute of the match.
That characteristic, Steve, that you're talking about, it's the mental fortitude, it's the confidence that this team now has in themselves.
Here's Stamler for New York. Gets it back from Angel. New York trying for a 4th consecutive win. 3 points behind the Columbus Crew, which won its match yesterday over Chicago. Highlights of that and much more coming up in our halftime coverage. Mendez across Albright. Here's Tony Tchani. Back for Ream. Stamler looks ahead in the direction of Ubi Parapovic, but taken away. Omar Cummings for Colorado. Look at Ream step up to break that. Back for Palguda. Colorado's so good defensively this year. Goals against average as a team was less than a goal per game coming into the match. 0.92, tied for 4th most. Best in Major League Soccer, I should say. As Bellucci plays it back. Smith into the midfield. Mastroianni for Bellucci. The Moroccan for the Irish defender, and now gets it back. Here's Mehdi Bellucci. Laid ahead, but Mendez is there to break that up. 1-1 is where we are as we enter the 39th minute. And on rushing Angel, pressuring Pickens. And not underway. So New York has picked up the pace here, and they've really changed momentum in the last 5 minutes of the match. The tying goal from that man.
Yeah, they have definitely changed the rhythm of this game, knocked the Colorado team out of their fluid play coming upfield. So now the key for New York, get a little bit more into the attack. They still have not really had a fluid attack going forward. They got a great goal on the corner kick. Now is the time to take advantage of Colorado.
The rain is held off for the last few minutes. Albright trying to throw it into Laurentowicz. Red Bulls are arguing the ball came out as it goes all the way to Buna Kundul. Thursday night at 8 on MSG. Catch Knicks Night Live, presented by New York Life. Get up-to-the-minute coverage of the NBA free agent summer. It's a must-watch for Knicks fans. Knicks Night Live, Thursday night only on MSG. The most anticipated free agent offseason we've had in quite some time, and maybe ever in the NBA. Hans Bacchus' staff bundled up. Loose ball goes to Omar Cummings. Played all the way into the Red Bulls area. Don't miss some of the greatest players in the world as the Red Bulls host the New York Football Challenge at Red Bull Arena. This tournament features legendary teams Manchester City, Tottenham, and Sporting Lisbon as they take on the Red Bulls. For more information, call 1-877-RB-SOCCER or log on to NewYorkRedBulls.com. It's coming your way later this month.
Well, will Landon Donovan be playing for Manchester City? Maybe that's too early, but a lot of talk about Landon Donovan. LA Galaxy says he's staying with us.
Here's a ball for Cummings. Played for Casey. Couldn't get much on it. They've held him in check, but he's a player who could explode at any minute.
Connor Casey, they've done a good job marking him. Cummings is the man that's had too much of the ball out wide to the right. So Red Bulls have to do a more effective way to shut him down. He's been the danger man.
Joel Lindpair. Pass. A stray from Danley Borman, and the Rapids will have it. Win trying to shake loose and doing a nice job of it on the far side. Able to spring Bellucci. His pass for Casey knocked away. Ball deflects high. Albright heads it out. Laurentowicz has it for Colorado. Looking to remain undefeated for a 6th consecutive MLS game of the Rapids. Here's Johnny. Richards trying to fight for this, and Baldomero Toledo calls a foul against Danny Earls. Standings in the Eastern Conference, if the Red Bulls can get a win, they'll move back point-wise anyway into a tie with Columbus, which will have played one less game. Toronto FC with 19, and Chicago leads the rest of the pack. Philadelphia in 6th. They've got a lot of home games in the second half of the season. Year in MLS. Ruby Parapovic for New York. Oh, that's a good ball. Lindpair trying to fight off Laurentowicz, and a stop made by Matt Pickens.
That's much better movement off the ball. Lindpair making the run. Ruby Parapovic finding him with a perfect pass. Took him a little bit wide of goal, so the angle not great, but that's a great pass. Great passes are made when players run into good spots. Lindpair made the good angular run. Ubi Parapovic found him.
Bellucci with Angel on his tail. That ball for Casey, and Mendez fires it away. Stays in play. They've stiffened up defensively, New York, over this last stretch of the match.
Well, they've definitely gotten better organized. They had some breakdowns early. They've changed the momentum of the game. They've got the goal back. So good job by Red Bulls.
Casey with some words for the ref, Toledo.
I thought it was a handball on Casey. Mendez has done a good job really marking them when Connor Casey's playing with his back to the goal. Mendez doesn't have the same height, but he has attacked the ball and won most of those battles.
And for now, a starting central defender on this team is Mike Petke. The veteran is on the bench once again, at least at the start of the game. Mastroianni for Colorado. Laurentowicz tries to play it ahead. Omar Cummings again dangerous down that right side. In the West, there is LA and there is everyone else. Real Salt Lake trying to make a push. Colorado currently tied for third with FC Dallas, which won last night. But the class of the Western Conference and the league is Los Angeles. They've allowed 4 goals all season. Enough said.
Yeah, Los Angeles has been absolutely superb. When you saw those standings, so shocking to see Houston where they are and Seattle. I guess the honeymoon's over and they're struggling.
Congratulations to Bruce Arena, by the way. He'll coach the Major League Soccer All-Stars against Manchester United later this month. Went to the coach whose team had the best points per game average as of June 27th. That's the criteria they used. Here's Albright for New York. Tie game, 45th minute of the match. Looking for Richards down the right side, but broken up. Annie Earls trying to link up with Casey. Ream and Mendez combined to close him off. Mastroianni back for Palguda. Una Kundul called Colorado home for 3 years in Major League Soccer. Actually was the winning goalkeeper in one of those 4-0 victories that we referenced. It was 2 years ago, back in 2008. Made 5 saves in that match. 1 minute of stoppage time posted.
You can see how frustrated Colorado is. Red Bulls, they've done a good job of closing them down. They have this Colorado team frustrated in terms of getting forward. So if you get into the locker room with the score intact, everything is good.
Again looking for Casey. Got a head on it, but right to Buna. About 20 seconds to go. Cummings and Angel exchanging goals in this first half as Kundul. One last prayer for New York. Shawnee in the midfield, able to bring this down. Foul called, advantage New York. Shawnee out wide, maybe a last opportunity here. Ubi Parapovic moving forward, lofts one into space, looking for Angel, but knocked away.
Ubi Parapovic started the game with some poor giveaways. He's more than made up for it since then.
First half has come to an end. Red Bulls won't get the ensuing corner kick off, and that'll do it. Omar Cummings, the goal for Colorado. Angel answers for New York. Back with our halftime coverage on MSG. And dark clouds hovering above Dick's Sporting Goods Park in Colorado, where the match is tied at 1. First half highlights. Jet Messing, let's take it away. Goal on each side and numerous chances.
Well, Connor Casey gets out wide right and then plays that angular ball in. What a goal. Ubi Parapovic, though, the corner kick, and look at Angel, unmarked, takes it down. Great first touch with the right foot, and then absolutely rips it.
Colorado had a goal called back after Connie Casey committed a foul and a challenge with Danley Borman. So here are the first half stats. 1-1 is the score. Each team with 5 shots, each team with 2 on goal. 1 extra corner kick for the Rapids. Red Bulls settled down defensively as the half wore on. 7 fouls total. No cards just yet. Now the rain starting to come down. Again, we were told possibility of thunderstorms in Commerce City as well. The wind has been really whipping up consistently since the start of the match. And there you see some real true fans out there on this 4th of July holiday. There is an expansive fireworks show that's set to begin immediately after tonight's game. You have to wonder about the status of that unless the weather changes considerably, and some are going for shelter here.
Well, it's a shame for Colorado Rapid. fans, but it's actually not a bad thing for Red Bulls. You're 1-1, you're at halftime. It's absolutely pouring, so not a bad thing to kind of keep this game even for Red Bull.
Just an update on the weather from where we began tonight. Temperature has dropped 4 degrees since the first kick of the match. Winds north-northeast, 18 miles per hour. It is just a driving rain right now. If there gets to be any danger to players or fans with thunderstorms, well, we'll pass that along to you. For now, we play on, though, and the second half is just moments from starting here. A lone Vuvuzela in the midst of all the elements.
Well, I say not a bad thing for Red Bull, Steve, because weather like this really levels the playing field, and you have to figure at high altitude against Colorado, you're at a disadvantage. This horrendous weather makes it a little bit more even, so the question is, who could take advantage of it?
Carlos Mendez and some of his teammates were talking about their theories of playing in altitude, and almost to a man, they preferred to get there as late as possible. That if you get there too early, your body feels the change in altitude a little bit more. The less time you spend in a city such as this, the better as you prepare for a match. Underway to start the second half, Seth Stamler. His pass for Juan Pablo Angel. Broken up and now on the attack. Jamie Smith for Colorado. His crack from long range is deflected away.
Well, we certainly thought it was deflected. I did too, but kind of Casey can't believe they didn't give them a corner kick. You know, the formation has changed for Red Bulls. It changed in the first half when Limpere started coming back deeper in the midfield. Really, it's Dane Richards now pushed up top with Angel.
This is the hardest the rain has come down all day, we're told, here in Colorado. And you can really see it now, even with the wide shot. It is gusting. It's a throw-in for New York as Angel.
It almost goes without saying, in conditions like this, just get it into the penalty area. Make the goalkeeper try to make a play.
Limpere down low. His cross. Pickens able to pick it out of midair. It is pouring on the 4th of July holiday in Colorado. With Shep Messing, I'm Steve Cangelosi. Hope you're enjoying your 4th of July wherever you are. 1-1 is the story here as the Red Bulls are trying to stretch the win streak to 4. Jeff Laurentowicz moving forward deliberately for Colorado. Plays it ahead, looking for an on-rushing Jamie Smith, but knocked away. Here's Chris Albright. Red Bulls defender keeps it on the ground and collected by Dane Richards. He looks for Angel. Juan Pablo Angel. His shot goes high of goal.
That's a good idea, though. I like the possession. I like how quickly they got forward. Played it into space for Angel to try and run onto. There are only 2 ways to play a ball, really, into space or 2 feet. In this weather, it's going to be very difficult to play into space. That's Angel making the run, and the weather just slowed that ball down, the rain.
Look for each team now to shoot whenever they can, even from distance. With the wet ball, anything can happen, correct?
Yeah, you have to play more directly. Go to goal. If you have half an opportunity, take a crack at goal. And, of course, if you could get a set-piece opportunity, all the better.
Smith for Colorado. 1-1 match. Cummings and Angel exchanging goals in the first half. Mastroianni played it ahead, but taken by Mendez. Across for Albright. Shani in the midfield. Across, Joel Limpere. Limpere with space to bring it forward into the attacking area, looking for Richards, but deflected away. In traffic, Ubi Parapovic had it taken away. Bellucci for Colorado. Going up top for Cummings. The flag went up. On the bench for New York, Miller, Petke, Hall, Sassano, Chin, and Salou Ibrahim, a goal scorer last week and a starting role available off the bench. Angel had it taken away. Marvell Wynn gets it back. Played across for Drew Moore.
Again, the formation for Red Bulls. Limpere has dropped back into the central part of the midfield. Dane Richards withdrawn behind Angel, and Tony Chani out wide right in the midfield.
Ball comes loose for Chani. Angel plays it out wide. Here's Richards. Some space for Dane Richards. His sharp angle crack blocked away by Pickens. Trying to save the corner kick and not able to do so as Colorado. It's a corner for New York.
Well, it's a good attacking sequence by Red Bull. Angel with a good angular pass out wide to Richards. Looks up, plays the ball right into space, and then that's the right thing for Dane Richards to do. Take a touch and then crack it at goal. Nice save by Matt Pickens.
Red Bulls created a goal off a corner in the first half. Ubi Parapovic again gets over everybody. Tim Ream. But there was a whistle in the fray. On the bench for Colorado, Colin Clark, Kasuke Kimura, Lebeau, Thompson, Amarikwa, and Claudio Lopez, the Argentina World Cup veteran who's had big problems finding minutes for some reason with Colorado.
Yeah, that's incredible, really, the pedigree of Claudio Lopez and what he has been relegated to right now. But Gary Smith knows what he's doing. He's got his team organized, playing well. Their record reflects it.
Colorado had a heartbreaking finish to last season. Finished in a tie with Real Salt Lake in points for the final playoff berth in MLS. RSL won the tiebreak as we get a look at Comar Cummings sending one across, and Buna's got it.
That's been the danger for Colorado the entire game. Omar Cummings running wide right. New York's got to make that adjustment, close him down.
Well, tactically, they might do something about that at halftime, but Hans Backe continues to wait. Throw in coming up. Colorado. Smith quickly in. Bellucci for Casey. Flicked ahead and taken by Buna. All summer long on MSG, settle in with your favorite sports flicks on Cinema Weekend tonight at 11. Witness the scandal that rocked West Point in the gripping film Code Breakers. Cool Off Cinema Weekend coming your way later tonight at 11, only here on MSG. Tony Chani knocks it away from Bellucci, and here's Stamler playing it back. This is one of two games on the MLS schedule tonight. LA Galaxy, we have just been informed, getting underway at 10:30 tonight. Landon Donovan and Edson Buttle each in the starting lineup. Played ahead, Richards for New York. Back for Angel. Limpere. Good ball movement by the Red Bulls in tight spaces. Ubi Parapovic thought Angel might be making a cut. Taken here by Marbel Wynn. He's a #1 draft pick. He's played for 3 different teams. Speed and skill, but he has not stuck yet. He hopes to do that here with Colorado. And Kasuke Kimura getting busy on the bench. Danny Earls floats it into the box, snuffed away. Mastroianni trying to keep it alive. Got by Chani. Taken away by New York. Here's Tony Chani. For Limpere. 1-1 game, been that way since Angel's tying goal for New York. Floated for Angel and punched away by Pickens.
Yeah, that's really a function of the weather. Matt Pickens not under a lot of pressure, but didn't want to take a chance trying to catch it cleanly.
Limpere. Stamler gives it a crack from long range. And in the 54th minute, a goal kick for Colorado. Substitution coming up for the Rapids, too, as Kasuke Kimura is coming in for Scott Palguda. That's all for the Toms River native out of Cornell University. Replaced by the first Japanese player in Major League Soccer history, Kasuke Kimura. First game back from a fractured ankle.
That's really a tactical change more than anything else. Colorado, instead of 4 at the back, will go 3 at the back. New York, with the formation they're playing, Gary Smith doesn't feel he needs a 4th defender back there. They're at home. They have to try and figure out a way to get a goal. So good job by Red Bull. They're forcing Colorado to react.
This is Kimura. Back from Marvell Wynn. Drew Moore. That's Mendez stepping up. Floats one in the direction of Dane Richards. Now Red Bulls take it. Angel. His pass deflected away and taken by Danny Earls. Let's see if the Rapids can do something on a counter. Mehdi Bellucci. Ran into Tim Ream. Boy, Ream's confidence really has been recaptured over the last couple of games.
I don't think there's any question. He's playing with poise. He's controlled. He's aggressive. The pairing in the central part of the defense, Mendez and Tim Ream, has been excellent.
Mastroianni takes this for Colorado. 1-1 match, 56th minute. 4th of July, Red Bulls have produced only 1 victory in the past. 1-8-1 in their history. Metro Stars, Red Bulls together. Been 9 years since the last time they've won on this date. Laurentowicz for Colorado. Mastroianni. Kimura. His native country had a good World Cup, making the round of 16. Played ahead here. Casey able to get this to Smith. Jamie Smith plays it across. Knocked away by Stamler. Throw in Colorado. Kimura in the Red Bulls area. The rain now has lightened up. Faucet turned on and off here at Colorado. Kimura couldn't keep it alive. Red Bulls will have it. The Bulls are running. The players are coming. Will you be there? Get your tickets now for pricing, locations, and more. To see the Red Bulls at Red Bull Arena, visit NewYorkRedBulls.com or call 1-877-RB-SOCCER. DC United's up next. That game on July 10th. The Red Bulls will be trying for a season sweep of their bitter rivals. They beat them at RFK Stadium 2-0 in one of their most impressive games earlier this year. Kundul. Laurentowicz. This ball deflects. Bellucci couldn't control it. Danley Borman knocked it out and quickly played in for Kimura. Bellucci. Mastroianni. Kimura. His cross. Ream lost his footing in the box. It's still loose. Look out. Omar Cummings looks for a lane. Played across, and Buna is there to deny Connor Casey.
Well, a little bit of a scramble in the penalty area by Red Bulls. Mendez complaining to the referee. There's the slip. Stamler's dispossessed. Tim Ream had tried to clear the ball, never could, and then Connor Casey gets a foot into Buna Kundul. Former teammates, and that's a heavy collision. I thought Buna had control of the ball, but Connor Casey offered his hand, helped him up. No hard feelings. Averted some danger, New York.
Marvell Wynn. As he played it forward, here's the scoring summary. 15th minute, Omar Cummings gave his team the lead, and then Juan Pablo Angel, off a corner kick from Ubi Parapovic, tied the match in the 34th. And that's where we are now as Jeff Laurentowicz plays this for Colorado. On an on-again, off-again stormy night at Commerce City. Bellucci trying to thread the needle for Casey, taken away. Seth Stamler's got it for New York. Lindper. Borman. Ubi Parapovic. Lindper. Borman again. Good possession here. Richards thought he had Ubi Parapovic. but it goes to Kimura.
It becomes a little bit of a chess match now, Steve. When do you get engaged with players getting forward? If you're Red Bulls, you've climbed back in the game, you're hanging around. Yes, you want to find a way to get that game-winning goal, but you don't want to risk everything. Pressure is on Colorado to get forward, and if you're Red Bulls, maybe you want to just stay organized and see if you get something on the counter.
Which is not necessarily saying you're content with a tie. It's just the best approach that you can take.
Exactly.
Cummins. Laurentowicz, loose ball. Casey tries to control this up top. Too many Red Bulls to contend with, and it's knocked away. Angel. This ball deflects out, and Baldomero Toledo, the referee, says it goes to New York. 60th minute, 1-1 is the score. Neither side has used a sub just yet, a third of the match to play. The rain is completely stopped now, we're told, at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Check that. I said neither side used a sub. Colorado has used one, Kimura, who came in a few moments ago. Red Bulls still have their starting 11 intact. Albright. Got by Johnny. Crack from long range. Laurentowicz. Knocked away by Buna.
That's a good job by Bunakundu, because Laurentowicz can hit a shot with velocity. That ball hit the ground, the wet surface, bounced up, so parried out for the corner kick.
Colorado with the opportunity here. Casey looks for space in the box. Floated, knocked away by Angel. This is off New York. Kimura quickly works it in. Omar Cummings. Shake loose of Borman. Nice job defensively by the South African, who's got it for New York. Danley Borman now starts the attack the other way. Lindper. Broken up. Well, we saw Joel Lindper just almost as a support striker for Juan Pablo Angel when the match began. A completely different role as the match evolved on.
Yeah, that's Hans Baca. I mean, he's smart, he's sophisticated. He changed the system to really a 4-4-2 now, with Lindper coming back, Dane Richards up top with Angel. Chani moves to the wide right midfield position. So that's managing the game as it plays out.
Kimura for Casey. Gets it back from Bellucci. Connor Casey. Bellucci returned pass, but the flag went up.
Very difficult for that quick give and go by either team. I think you've got to play more direct, use the width of the field, play some balls in the penalty area.
Ubi Parapovic's pass, not intended for Johnny, but he winds up with the ball. Tony Johnny still moving forward, floats it wide. Taken here. Juan Pablo Angel on the flank now. And it's taken by Matt Pickens.
That's a good play by Tony Chani. He's been a little bit inconsistent with the ball at his feet, but that time he had some room, made the perfect pass out wide right to Angel.
Good, might start training full in just a matter of days. Laid off here by Smith. Cummings still moving forward. Played it across. Jamie Smith knocked away by Mendez. Played back to Mastroianni. Good thrust there by Colorado. Now Laurentowicz, that's just too far for Danny Earls. A great start for the home team tonight. Colorado really took it to the Red Bulls in the first 15-20 minutes of the match. Scored a goal, had another called back on a foul by Connor Casey, and since then it's tilted the other way a bit. Long way to go. Entering the 65th minute, Laurentowicz.
We've seen it at the World Cup, Steve. This is a game of mistakes and capitalizing on them. And right now, if you're Red Bulls, be smart with the ball. Don't make a mistake. You'll get a couple of opportunities to win this game, but don't give away a goal.
Limpere is called for the foul in the open field. Messi Bellucci on the attack, and now we're going to see the second sub for Colorado. And here's Colin Clark coming in, and he'll replace Jamie Smith. The Fort Collins, Colorado native, checking in. There's the foul once again by Limpere as Bellucci went down in a heap.
Well, Red Bull have done a good job containing Messi Bellucci. He really hasn't been a factor in the game.
Kimura headed by Casey, but it goes to Joel Limpere, who clears it out. Richards can't control that as ex-teammate Marvell Wynn plays it back. Earls out wide, and there's Colin Clark's first touch. Fifth-year midfielder with the Rapids, seems to have lost his starting job with this team recently. Played across Laurentowicz. Still some 25 minutes to play. Mastroianni. Kimura. And Wynn. Red Bulls hold their form and keep this game tied. Seth Stamler out wide. And taken by Albright. Chani down the right side. Not much of a run. Here's Clark. Ahead for Bellucci. Messi Bellucci just pushed down by Seth Stamler. And that's going to be our first card of the match to Seth Stamler.
We spoke about the versatility of Stamler. I think on this play, he just got caught in a bad position. And no question about it, comes over the back of Messi Bellucci. Messi Bellucci slowed down, and Stamler was going to run him over, so put two hands on his back. And that's what Stamler's saying to the referee. Hey, he slowed down and drew the contact, but I understand that yellow card. It is reckless by Stamler.
Clark for Bellucci, meets up with Stamler again. Colin Clark had it knocked away. Battle for a loose ball, won by Mastroianni, trying to shake loose of Limpere. Now a crack from long range off woodwork. Oh, they had Bunakundul beaten. Still a live ball as Clark takes this for Colorado. Tries to work it on Albright down low, and let's see if he gets the corner. No, a whistle blew, and it'll go New York's way.
That's the best chance of the second half, and Messi Bellucci, we just talked about how quiet he's been. He absolutely rips that ball. Can't believe it didn't go in. Pissed off the far post and bounced out.
Change for the Red Bulls. This is their first of the match. Salou Ibrahim comes into the game in the 68th minute, and Tony Chani is done. So now you've got two strikers, two true strikers on the field together for the first time tonight.
Well, we talked about Hans Baca managing the team. You come into Colorado, you're in the 68th minute, you're 1-1, so now he's going for the win.
Salou scored last week, his third goal of the season at Kansas City. First goal in the game winner.
Obviously, now Dane Richards will go back to a wide right midfield position, and Salou Ibrahim and Angel, the two strikers up top.
Kept alive by Messi Bellucci on the near sideline. Battles again with Limpere. Getting physical now out there as Limpere challenges Kimura. Quick throw in. Salou Ibrahim for Limpere. Gets it across. Headed away. Red Bulls try to get on it and keep it alive. They will with Chris Albright. Got the feeling something's going to erupt here on one side or the other after that post by Bellucci. Ream Played it ahead. Foul called against New York. 69th minute, it's 1-1. A reminder, Saturday night on MSG. Bit of a quicker turnaround for New York. Red Bulls return home. They take on DC United. The action kicks off at 7:30 Saturday on MSG. New York plays here. Been a while since they've seen their team at home. Red Bulls fans have to go back to June 5th, the last league match they played in Harrison. Casey off the head. Thought he had Cummings on the far side. This will go to New York. Connor Casey had a great 2009. He had 16 goals last year, second only to Jeff Cunningham in the league. Kept alive. Mastroianni sails over the crossbar. It'll come back the other way on a goal kick. Hey, have you heard that the legendary teams Manchester City, Tottenham, and Sporting Lisbon are coming to New York to take on the Red Bulls at Red Bull Arena? The international tournament, the New York Football Challenge, takes place July 22nd, 23rd, and 25th. For more information, 877-RB-SOCCER or NewYorkRedBulls.com. You talked about the possibility of Landon Donovan moving on to a European-based team and maybe even Manchester City. What are you hearing exactly?
Well, I'm really hearing that the interest in Landon Donovan after the World Cup has increased. Now, having said that, Landon Donovan is very happy with the Galaxy, so whether or not he ends up going to Europe or not, that'll be a decision Landon Donovan at the end will control. But definitely, he has piqued the interest after his good stint with Everton and his performance at the World Cup.
3 goals for the United States, 2 in the run of play, 1 on a penalty kick, and one of the most memorable goals in U.S. history. This time, it's Seth Stamler who took a shot to the knees, and a yellow card is issued by Toledo, and the first to a Colorado player in the match, Omar Cummings.
Well, Stamler's going to battle for every ball. And that's just studs up slightly by Omar Cummings. Turned the studs of the right foot up as he came in to try and make that tackle. Anytime you show the studs, it's reckless by nature. Stamler not one to milk an injury and stay down on the ground.
Too important a player to lose right now. Again, we documented all the playing time he's getting. This looks like something that might take some time to shake off, but Stamler remains on, and Tim Ream collects the ball for New York. Salou trying to link up with Angel. Instead, Mastroianni plays it forward, but right to the foot of Seth Stamler. Albright. Salou Ibrahim. Backtracking was Earls. Took it away. Laurentowicz clears it. Lindper. Back for Tim Ream. Rookie out of St. Louis University. Second round pick. Used with the 18th overall selection. Angel. Pass got by him. Earls. Lindper trying to track down a loose ball. 2 Red Bulls there. Salou Ibrahim able to control. The striker from Ghana gives it to Richards, far side. Earls knocked it away. New York throwing.
That's good high pressure by Red Bull. They created, forced the turnover, pressured Colorado in their own end, and now they have the ball.
Albright. Nice job to knock it off Clark and keep possession again. Haven't talked a lot about Chris Albright. He's starting to get in a groove now. He played just 3 games before the World Cup. Consecutive starts here. Here's Lindper. Able to avoid Cummings. Joel Lindper for Borman. Floats it out wide. Dean Richards trying to keep this alive. The Jamaican gets there and does. And again, another throw in for New York.
Well, they're pressuring the ball in the Colorado end of the field, and Colorado having difficulty getting out.
Albright. Played across. Mastroianni is there for Colorado. Trying to treat the sellout crowd at home, and especially those who've braved some pretty nasty weather, to a victory tonight. But they remain tied. Bellucci for Clark. Colin Clark back. win for Kimura. Kasuke Kimura. Bellucci played forward, but right to the foot of Bunakandul.
Well, always an adventure at the back when Bunakandul plays the ball. I thought for a moment that was going to hop over his foot.
I mean, did you watch the U.S.-England game or not?
It's shocking.
Salou. Foul called against the Red Bulls. Salou Ibrahim wants to know what he did. And quick restart for Colorado. Casey looking for Bellucci. Couldn't link up. Now Kimura for Colorado. Kasuke Kimura floats one ahead. Bellucci, the flag. Stayed down, cleared by New York. In the 75th minute, we're tied now. New York has not played to a draw all season long. 8 wins, 5 defeats. Earls for Mastroianni. Marvell win. Kimura. All possession here for the Rapids as Laurentowicz gets this from Mastroianni. Cummings lays it off. Connor Casey gives it up for Bellucci. Played out wide. Colin Clark, left foot drive. Just over the crossbar. Great build up there for the Rapids.
That's a good sequence by Colorado, but the finish not there. Colin Clark took the pass, put it on the right peg, ripped it over the crossbar. It's a good series of passes, and then Connor Casey to Bellucci, and there is the cut back to the right foot. Rips it high and wide. We've seen relatively few set pieces in dangerous positions on the field in this game.
Now the rain starts to pick up again. It has been on again, off again, really for about the last 3 hours in the Commerce City area. Torrential storms earlier in the second half. Kimura for the Rapids in a match that remains 1-1. As the umbrellas go up, crowd noise goes up a bit too. Danny Earls links up with Clark. He's had a lot of the ball since checking in. Colin Clark for Bellucci. Played across. Kimura controls for the Rapids. Kasuke Kimura floats it into the box and cleared out by Ream.
Ream and Mendez have done a good job on Connor Casey wherever he goes on the field, and Colorado desperate to find a way to get a goal. We'll go to former New England Revolution player Wells Thompson.
And the dangerous Smetty Bellucci is done for the night. Like Jeff Laurentowicz, Wells Thompson, first year with the Rapids after several years with New England. He has 2 goals this season. A great piece in the Denver Post about Wells Thompson today, about the tough upbringing that he had and how he was able to rebound from that as the years went on. Good player out of Wake Forest, and a chance by Connor Casey sails wide.
Well, we talked about Connor Casey at the beginning of the game. One of the better target strikers in Major League Soccer, and this is what a target striker does. Gets the glancing header and just goes wide of the far post.
Great opportunity for a great target striker. 1-1, 78th minute. Casey for Clark. Knocked away by New York, but following up is Danny Earls, and Connor Casey quickly on the ball again. Colorado now warming to the task here in the second half, but it's taken away, and Seth Stamler has it for New York.
That's a good touch by Chris Albright. He anticipated the cut back into the area, flicked it away.
Laurentowicz for Mastroianni. A second win for the home team. They have that more than the visitors. Earls trying to beat his man Dane Richards. Knocked away, and a corner coming up for Colorado in a driving rain. Or is it? Let's see how they call it.
Well, that was a great job of tracking back and defending by Dane Richards. never gave up on the play. They do give away the corner kick, and it's a nightmare out there to try and defend this.
Wow, it really picked up, reminiscent of early in the half. Colin Clark played across and headed away nicely by Ream. Mastroianni brings it down. Kimura floats one. Buna initially dropped it. Casey was there, but Kundul covers up.
Well, Buna Kundul always makes it exciting. Tries to catch that ball. A little bit of a bobble, but good reaction to it. Covers it up.
Not much on the free kick by Buna, taken here by Colorado. Wells Thompson with his first touch. Moves forward for Colorado. Got Big Casey on a run. Blocked away and taken by Albright. Thompson is there. Still a live ball. Ream is on it and clears it, but again deflected. Good pressure by the Rapids, and now it comes out.
You can hear the crowd, whether they're reacting to the weather, the rain, the way their team is playing. What an atmosphere. And you've got to credit Red Bulls. They've hung around. They've stayed in the game.
Mastroianni for Colorado. Casey back from Mastroianni, trying to shake loose of Stamler. Wells Thompson brought down, and he earns the free kick.
Well, we just talked about it before. Relatively few set pieces, free kicks in dangerous areas. Colorado will have one now.
Great opportunity for the home team in this driving rain. Buna Kundul sets the defense in front of him. Let's see how it's played. Laurentowicz is the player over the ball. One of the most improved players in Major League Soccer the last few years, Jeff Laurentowicz. Can he give his team the lead, or will it be Omar Cummings?
Oh, we've seen him strike many a ball on goal from these.
Laurentowicz fires, and just off the mark.
I think that ball was deflected. And Laurentowicz, the instep drive with the right foot, and you saw the trajectory change a little bit, flicked off the wall, so they'll get the corner kick.
Didn't miss by much, did it? Kundul and the Red Bulls at the very least trying to hang on and earn a point in Colorado. Clark sets this down near side. 1-1 game since the 35th minute. Clark sends it in and headed away. Ubi Parapovic broke it up. Quick throw in Colorado. They're feeling it now, but a strip by Sinisa Ubi Parapovic and a takeaway for New York. Big play. Brought down in the open field, Ubi Parapovic. He wanted a foul. Toledo says play on. Casey for Cummings. Omar Cummings trying to split defenders. Brought down, won't get the free kick this time.
Well, you could feel the sense of urgency from Colorado. They're pressing the issue.
Come out and watch the Red Bulls take on their heated Eastern Conference rivals, DC United, 7:30 Saturday, July 10th at Red Bull Arena. 877 RB Soccer or NewYorkRedBulls.com for more info. We've got a good one here.
That's good team defending by Red Bulls. Converged on the ball, and Cummings trying to draw the foul, didn't get it.
A lot of possession here for the Rapids late in the second half. Played back for Drew Moore. Marvell Wynn has it here for Colorado. Going over the top. Links up with Cummings, knocked away by Ream. Fans have spent a lot of time tonight just looking for shelter, getting back in the seat, and starting that process over and over again. Substitution, New York. Angel is done. Roy Miller checks in.
That's a very unusual substitution to take Angel out of the game at 1-1. Either the condition of the field or maybe the high altitude. Well, maybe Hans Baca just saying, let me get out of here with a point.
Kimura floats one across, headed over the crossbar. Wells Thompson thought he had it. That's the scoring. Omar Cummings, Juan Pablo Angel back in the first half. Before the real heavy rain came down. This is really the second pocket of real torrential rain. And the chance again by Thompson.
Well, Wells Thompson made a good little run, edge of the 6-yard box, got to it.
Cummings, too far for Thompson this time. Red Bulls now just having trouble possessing the ball for any length of time for about the last 10 minutes of the match.
You're right about the rhythm, the tempo, the flow of the game. It's been all Colorado the last 10, 15 minutes.
Cinema Weekend follows the Red Bulls tonight. Code Breakers coming up immediately after our game tonight, right here on MSG. Stick around. Marvell Wynn plays this back for Matt Pickens. New York looking to at least hold on. Laurentowicz has it for Colorado. Will this be their first draw of the season? Deflected. Clark took a bump from Albright. We play on.
That's a good challenge by Chris Albright. Timed it perfectly.
Albright's pass trying to link up with Dane Richards. Knocked away. They say it's off Colorado, and New York will take that. Tick-tock goes the clock.
Oh, you could see the body language, though, for the Red Bulls players. The altitude, the conditions, the time in the game. They're just hanging on desperately.
Albright for New York. In the direction of Salou. Earls. Game played in the air now. Danny Earls again knocked it out. New York will have it. Stretch of the schedule that's road heavy for New York. The home game comes next week, and then they'll spend the rest of the month of July on the road for the MLS portion of the schedule. Here's Roy Miller. Forlan pair. A slew of Rapids around him, and it's taken away. Wells Thompson has it for Colorado. Challenged by Stamler, but Clark plays it for Cummings. Omar Cummings broken up nicely by Mendez. Rain starts up again heavily here in Colorado. It's a throw in for the Rapids. Red Bulls are trying to get another substitution made, but here's the play by Carlos.
Yeah, this is great defense by Carlos Mendez. Times the sliding tackle, takes the ball away from Cummings.
Richards over the top in the direction of Salou, but again right to Colorado, and Mastroianni plays it out. Kimura. Well, you see the difference between the teams. One's used to playing in the altitude, seems to have first half legs, and the other just doesn't.
Yeah, there's no question. Red Bull really feeling it now. Look how deep they are in their own end.
Cummings trying to turn around. Omar Cummings played out wide. Kimura floats one. Buna holds on.
Well, that's the key to that play, that the ball was floated instead of driven. That's why Bunakundul had the opportunity to go up and collect it. Mike Petke trying to get into the game.
Rest of the schedule for the month of July and early August. There you see 3 of the next 4 on the road for New York. That doesn't include games like the New York Football Challenge that we told you about. And here's the substitution, last of the match for Hans Baca. He'll make a defensive sub. Mike Petke is in. Ubi Parapovic done for the match.
Well, you're in the 89th minute, so get out of town with a point. Petke in there to defend.
Looking for a result is New York. Played deep into the Colorado area. Wynn lets it go. Minute and a half plus stoppage time left here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Mastroianni for Colorado. Kimura. 33-year-old Mastroianni back for Marvell Wynn. Danny Earls for the Rapids. Floats one in the direction of Clark. He went down. He claims that Albright pushed him, but no.
There's Colin Clark.
And they will award the free kick.
I thought there was inadvertent contact. They take it quickly.
Clark wanted a caution, and we play on. This goes back. Mastroianni plays it out wide. This pass for Cummings. Gets there to keep it alive. Floats one far side. Brought down. Knocked away. And a terrific opportunity there for Colorado.
Well, that's a squandered opportunity. They can yell all they want at the referee's assistant and the referee, but missed opportunity, and good job by Red Bull to defend.
We've exceeded the 90-minute mark. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes for the Red Bulls to hold on and earn a point on the road. Mastroianni still giving an earful to the referee Toledo. Code Breakers coming up just a few moments from now on Cinema Weekend on MSG. Roy Miller. Couldn't control for New York. Quick throw in. Kosuke Kimura has this for Colorado. Pass broken up by Stamler. Mastroianni quickly on it for Colorado and out wide for Clark. Rapids going for the win before the home crowd on the holiday. Cummings tried to play it across. Lindper. Red Bulls can't control it for any length of time. Laurentowicz, Kimura, and now played for Colin Clark. Marvell Wynn. Under 2 minutes to go. Laurentowicz. Kimura. Able to get it ahead. Mastroianni moves forward. Lays it out for Cummings. His cross broken up. And Miller clears it away. Salou Ibrahim trying to get on a loose ball. Able to get it away from Marvell Wynn. Salou Ibrahim. And Wynn took it away on a second try.
An individual battle. Marvell Wynn lost it, then got it back. You could feel the exhaustion for the Red Bulls players.
That was Salou's chance to shock the stadium. Mastroianni for Kimura. Kosuke Kimura. Challenge from Lindper. He's still got it. Omar Cummings. Cummings shakes loose in the attacking area. Omar Cummings, another man to beat. Ream broke it up and Lindper cleared it away.
Good anticipation by Tim Ream. Saw Omar Cummings beat one player, two players, made the clearance.
Maybe less than a minute to play. Mastroianni played back. Drew Moore. Another chance for Colorado. Casey lays it off. Pass for Thompson, never got there. Lindper knocked down. Ball still alive. Colorado with Clark on the ball now. Clark lays it out wide. Can Earls get there? He does. Albright knocks it out. Maybe 20 seconds to go. Frantic finish here. One more throw in. Danny Earls quickly on it. Plays it in for Thompson. Good job by Stamler to break it up. Maybe seconds remaining. Colorado has to work quickly. Drew Moore blocked away again by Salou. Red Bulls doing all they can to try to hold on and get a point. Edge of the box. Player goes down. It's Clark. Albright will clear it away. And that will do it. One of the hardest earned points you'll see. The Red Bulls come to Colorado and finish in a 1-1 tie.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve, this one feels like a victory if you're the Red Bulls team. They really fought hard. They climbed back. They got the goal, and they hung on at the end.
First point since 2005. That was against Real Salt Lake, the team's first year in MLS. New York actually blew a 2-0 lead that night. Tonight, they're the team that comes back and earns the 1-1 draw. We're back with a wrap. Commerce City, Colorado. It's all even.